Definitely, some people can hear in my music the Coldplay and the Avicii influence, so it's probably rubbed off of me a little bit. So I learned a lot of that, I guess, in the way that I write my songs and how I want them to be anthemic. I guess that's those two artists are quite anthemic, so that's probably what I've taken from it, yeah.
Die Baloise Session bringt nicht nur an den Konzerten in der Messe Basel internationale Stars nach Basel. Das Festival belebt die Innenstadt auch mit spontanen Pop-up-Konzerten und überrascht damit Einwohner, die Gäste und die Passanten. Denn der Eintritt zu diesen Pop-up-Konzerten ist gratis. Dieses Jahr hat die Baloise Session einen spannenden Newcomer aus England mit dem geheimnisvollen Namen St. Lundi zu einem Pop-up-Konzert beim berühmten Roten Rathaus der Stadt eingeladen. Ein sympathischer Typ mit einer grossen Stimme. Und er war sehr begeistert vom Basler Publikum und von der schönen Stimmung in der Stadt.
When you're feeling low and there's no one to hold, I won't let you down now. If you're running for cover in the eye of the storm, I'll be the light that leads you home. It's where my heart is. You feel like home.
Hallo zusammen, wir sind hier in Basel vor dem Basler Rothaus und wir spielen hier heute eine Pop-up-Show. Und der Künstler, den wir eingeladen haben, ist der St. Lundi. Freut euch! Hello, Archie. Hi, good to see you.
Good to see you too, yeah.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Let's go in.
Lost in love, I found you, we found us. Lost in love, lost in love, I found you, we found us. Lost in love, lost in love.
Archie, or St. Lundi, how shall I call you?
Yeah, Archie, call me Archie.
Archie,
yeah.
very good. Archie, I read that you first started with an open mic in London. That was one of your
First shows,
yeah?
Yeah. Well, it was actually an open mic back in Portsmouth that I first really started, but then a year later, I ran away to London to live there and try and become a musician. And I played the small open mic night in London, and that was the start of my career, really. Yeah.
And now you're doing a pop-up concert in the City Hall of Basel.
I know, that's weird. Yeah, I would have never thought it would have brought me here. Yeah, definitely.
Do you like this kind of spontaneous gigs?
Yeah, no, I think it's really nice. I think to put people in an environment where they're not usually used to hearing live music, I think is quite interesting. And even then, getting people to sing along with me at 12 in the day, it probably feels a little bit unnatural to people. But I feel like there's a magic in it, yeah.
Especially with your voice. You have such a strong voice that people are not afraid to sing with you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Well, that's very kind of you. But they all sounded amazing as well, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a wonderful location. Have you been in Basel before?
No, never. I was touring last year with a band, and they came here, but I wasn't on that show, so I missed out. But we've always wanted to come to Basel, so yeah, we're really happy we're here.
So I know you're a very short time here, but what is your first impression?
Oh yeah, we love it. I mean, we've all said, we got here very late last night and we leave tonight, but we've all said we can't wait to come back. So hopefully, we can do that sooner rather than later and come back in a few months or something and even just come back and visit Basel because it's amazing. So yeah.
Tell me a little bit about you. What kind of person are you? Who are you? Where are you from? And what kind of guy are you?
Yeah, God, how long have you got? I grew up on a small island. I moved to London to pursue music. I think I'm quite a quiet person, actually, usually in life. I enjoy cooking and running and just kind of being with myself. But then the other side of me is I love being on a stage and singing with people and all of that kind of stuff. So I don't know, I'd say I'm quite an introvert when it comes to normal life.
Okay. How did you come to music?
Well, I remember when I was about 5 years old, I would watch this DVD with the Rat Pack on Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. And they were all singing with whiskey, and I would stand there with a glass of apple juice because it looked like whiskey, and I would sing along to like all of those old songs. And that's when I realised that I loved music, but I didn't start singing for another 15 years or something. Yeah.
Oh, really? So
yeah.
long?
Yeah, it took me a while to build up the confidence to do it, yeah.
Okay. How did you build that up?
I wrote a song, my first ever song, and I showed it to a friend of mine who's here today, and I showed him the song and I said, oh, what do you think? Do you think I'm maybe good enough to try? And he was like, yeah, you're all right. So that was it. I went and played an open mic, and the reaction was good, but I also just loved it. I loved the whole thing of performing, so I got a bug for it, as we say in England, and carried on to today, yeah.
How did you get on your name, Lundi?
So before, I would go under my name, Archie Langley, and I signed a record deal, and we wanted to create something that, you know, was a fresh slate for me and also could potentially become a band one day. We wanted to leave it open. I was trying to write a song called Monday at the time, and I thought, oh, well, Monday, the music was quite a little bit sadder then, and it fit the whole Monday theme. And I said, well, I like the idea of Monday. I grew up in a religious school, and I came up with about 50 names, you know, so many. And I sent them all to my label. Saint Monday didn't sound very good, so I looked in French and Latin and everything. And Saint Lundi, we just liked it, so I sent it. And the truth is, it's really hard to find a name that isn't already taken. I loved it, and they came back and said they loved it, and said, well, how does it relate to you? So I went on my phone and went back to the day I was born in 1996, and it was a Monday. And I was like, there you go, we're going to be Saint Lundi. So yeah, that's how it came about.
Do you want to say with that you're holy?
I grew up in a religious school.
Okay.
So yeah. I spent like 12 years in religious schools. Yeah. So I guess it's a part of my life and a part of my childhood. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You're a guest of Baloise Session today. When did you hear first of Baloise Session?
Probably it probably was last year when I was touring with Codeline, and I knew that they were coming to play it, and I saw all the photos, and I was so jealous that they had come and played it, and it looked so fun. So at that moment, I really wanted to play it. So it's probably about a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Many stars performed already in the Baloise Session. Who are your heroes?
Oh, I mean, I always say this, so it's probably a bit boring, but my biggest inspiration is Coldplay. Chris Martin and Coldplay. And then a big influence on me before that is actually Avicii, who's obviously sadly no longer here. So I would say they are my heroes. But I've also seen some of the people you've had here, like James Morrison. I grew up listening to James and James Blunt, all the Jameses. Yeah. And Elton John. You've had some legends play here. Yeah.
What did you learn from those heroes?
Wow. I mean, I've definitely, some people can hear in my music the Coldplay and the Avicii influence, so it's probably rubbed off of me a little bit. So I learned a lot of that, I guess, in the way that I write my songs, and how I want them to be anthemic. I guess those two artists are quite anthemic, so that's probably what I've taken from it, yeah.
Very cool. Did you already encounter some really big stars in the business in your short career?
Oh, I've been really fortunate. I did a song with Kygo quite early on, and that was amazing.
A very beautiful song, by the way.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. And I mean, obviously meeting Codeline and touring with them was a big thing for me. And
fantastic band also.
Yeah, they're amazing. And someone that actually helped me get that tour was a guy called Danny O'Donoghue, who's in the band The Script. And I wrote with him one time, and he helped get me on the Codeline tour. So, yeah. I mean, that's just a few of the people I've met. I've been really lucky to meet.
If you meet such people, if you see these careers in showbiz, is that a goal for you to also be a big star?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm nowhere near done really in what I want to achieve. I feel like we're just getting started. So I hope one day that, I can come to Basel and put my own show on and play to loads of people here one day, definitely.
I think with your music, I like your songs a lot, and also your voice is extraordinary. I think you will achieve that in each case.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, that's very kind.
But at the moment, who are your most important musical companions?
Wow, yeah, I mean, so there's a team that I travel everywhere with. There's my friend Will that comes and takes all the photos and everything, and he's there for every single show. So if I'm nervous, if I'm scared, he's always there. And then you get Christian and Dion that played with me today, Ben, our drummer, my manager. There's so many people that make a big part of a team, and I feel like in Baloise today and Beatrice, we've extended that a little bit because she feels so welcoming. She feels like part of the team now, you know. But you always meet so many people that help you progress, so it's hard to just name them all. Yeah.
What has surprised you so far the most in your career?
Okay, so I put a song out called Nights Like This, and probably just after with people, you know, COVID and people were allowed out, and then we went on tour and played loads of shows, and nearly every show, you know, that I went and played, people would sing this song back to me without me asking, and that was probably one of my biggest feelings of like feeling surprised and feeling shocked, and in a really good way. So I'd say that's one of the biggest aspects, but also I guess it is quite a difficult. It can be quite a hard job sometimes, like, you know, traveling everywhere. So I think learning that it's not, when you're younger, you look at it and think, wow, that's so glamorous, and that, you know what I mean? But there is a lot of work to it, so that's probably another thing.
Do you plan your career very carefully, like step by step, or are you more the spontaneous guy?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, I'd like to say both. We have all our releases planned next year already, so we're quite, you know, steps ahead. I've just finished recording a big project, and so a lot is planned in advance. But I think you have to allow life to do its thing as well, and to bring you opportunities like this one today. You know, we didn't know that for a while that we were going to be doing this, and it was spontaneous, and it happened. And yeah, I think it's a combination of both of them.
Do you have an idea where you will be in 10 years?
Oh God, I don't. But I would actually. I'm not just saying this, but potentially, if I do well enough, I would love to spend some time living in Switzerland. And I'm not just saying that. I've said you can proof check it. I've said it on the radio. I've said it everywhere. If I didn't live in London, in England, I would live here in Switzerland, 100%.
What do we like about Switzerland so much?
Oh, so many things. The people, everyone that I meet in Switzerland actually is super welcoming and lovely. I love the fact that it's so green everywhere you go, and the water is blue, and it's not brown. I think it seems like such an amazing country and treats its people really well, and everyone that I encounter seems really happy to live here. So, and also I can't forget every show that I've ever played in Switzerland has been amazing, and the crowd have all sang along, and yeah, it's been amazing.
So, your message to the Swiss fans?
My message to the Swiss fans, okay. I will definitely be coming back. I love being here, and please do whatever you can to get me back as much as possible. Yeah.
We certainly will. What are your next plans?
I'm going to go home, and I'm going to finish working on a project, and then I'm going to probably take some time off. I have to do some promo, so I might be back, and then take some time off for Christmas and get ready for next year, because I think it's going to be a busy year.
Are you doing skiing?
I've never skied. I don't think I will ski. No,
okay.
I'm too tall.
That's true. Otherwise, Switzerland is a good destination for that.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
Archie, thanks so much for this interview.
Thank you so much.
It was very nice to meet you.
Thank you.
All the best to you.
Thank you.
I don't have to hide my feelings, 'cause you're the reason love comes easy on nights like this. It keeps on getting better. I say forever come together on nights like this. On nights like this. On nights like this. Oh. On nights like this. Thank you so much, Basel. Thank you.
Lundi, ein Name, wo man sich merken muss. Toll, dass die Baloise Session solche jungen Talente ganz am Anfang von ihrer Karriere die Gelegenheit geben, Basel und sein Publikum quasi auf der Straße kennenzulernen. So entstehen Freundschaften, die auch dann noch haben, wenn Pop-Up-Stars die Weltbühne erobern. Auch dann sind wir wieder dabei mit dem Backline-Blog. Drum, stay tuned!